y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Give me to 200 subscribers. Let's get it. Let's go.
Y'all don't know that boy Choppa, but I do.
Bro, shut your dumb head ass up.
The boy doing his thing. But NLE Choppa, instead of him doing his own thing, he said, you know what, I'm gonna attack this man, I'm gonna mess with him.
Hey, bro.
It's a weirdo.
You irrelevant, and I said what I said, bro. You either like y'all think I'm crazy. I'm the fool. Okay, watch how this shit pan out, and we really gonna see who really the fucking one. NLE Choppa, listen to
this nigga's a goofy. I ain't gonna lie, one thing about NLE Choppa, he's a goofy. This nigga don't know what he wanna be. He don't know if he wanna be spiritual. This nigga don't know if he wanna fucking be in a church another day or eat good vegan food. This nigga don't know what he wanna know if he wanna be a game banger. Bro, this nigga is confusing. Or basketball players, like, bro, this nigga is confusing, bro. He's like different characters each year. You don't know if you want to be Tupac, Michael Jackson. This nigga's trying to be everybody. Like, be yourself, gang. Be yourself.
Walk you with that little walk, you remember that walk you had? I said, man, you can't come back that walk. Wipe that spit off your face.
Nigga talking to his cameraman.
Swinging with a whole messy diss track.
Nigga used to, yo, look what this nigga used to do. Look what this nigga used to do in his videos. I'm sorry, I just had to play this shit back. Cause look what this nigga does in his videos.
Y'all think I'm crazy. I'm the fool. Okay, watch how this shit pan out, and we really gonna see who really the fucking one. NLE Choppa, listen to me.
Bro, you beefing with yourself,
go off the runway with that little walk. You remember that walk you had?
But look what this nigga used to do in his videos.
Wipe that spit off your face.
NLE Choppa.
Look what this nigga used to do. Bro, this nigga looks zesty as
NBA Youngboy. Packed with loud dance moves, lookalike actors, and straight up name calling that had people saying he looked wild on camera. But instead of giving this loud performance a full reply, Youngboy did something way colder, something that hit way deeper than any long diss could ever do. He dropped a few low energy, half mumbled bars, like he was brushing lint off his shirt, basically letting Choppa know he didn't even earn a real response. Picture someone putting all their effort into dissing you, throwing every punch they can think of, and you come back sounding like you recorded your part half asleep. That's the ultimate, you not on my level move.
Oh, God.
But before we even break down Youngboy's reaction, we gotta run it back because this whole situation didn't come out of nowhere. This tension been bubbling under the surface for a long time. People keep acting like this beef just popped up overnight, but the roots go way back and the energy been weird for years. Youngboy still ended up sending another slick response, and yes, it's exactly what you think. This whole thing got that idol turn enemy vibe written all over it. Back in 2016, Youngboy was that rising star out of Baton Rouge, blowing up heavy off 38 Baby while he was still early in his career, already motivating young artists everywhere with the way he moved and the way he rapped. One of the young artists watching from a distance was a teenager from Memphis named Bryson Potts, the same person the world now knows as NLE Choppa. Back then he was just hooping, freestyling with his boys, and studying Youngboy's style, heavy, taking notes, and getting inspired every time a new track dropped. This is the part people love to ignore. Choppa wasn't just influenced by Youngboy, he was studying him like a blueprint. Choppa wasn't just inspired, he was basically trying to mirror Youngboy's whole vibe.
Literally.
And the similarities were wild from the very beginning. Both of them even had rap names that sounded like they came from the same playbook, with NBA Youngboy repping Never Broke Again, and Choppa rolling with No Love Entertainment before flipping it to NLE later on. They were both young artists from the South, both coming up fast, and Choppa was even remixing Youngboy songs early in his career like he was doing unofficial tributes. He dropped Through the Rain, his own spin on Youngboy's Through the Storm, and then he remade Drawing Symbols, like he was following Youngboy's blueprint step for step. When Choppa finally took over the internet with Shout Flow in 2019, fans wasted no time pointing out the similarities. Folks said he was copying everything from Youngboy's hairstyle, to his energy, to the way he carried himself. Every comment section was full of comparisons, and the debate kept getting louder every time both artists dropped new music. Interviewers even asked Choppa straight up who influenced his sound, and he didn't hide it at all. In that hip-hop interview, he said, NBA Youngboy, Meek Mill, and Lil Durk with zero hesitation. He kept it honest, letting the world know who he studied, who he respected, and who shaped the way he was making music. But this is where everything took a sharp turn, and the whole story got real spicy. Back in March 2019, Choppa hopped on Instagram Live, and his homies in the background started talking wild about Youngboy. While the stream had like 2,000 people watching, you could hear them clowning, saying stuff like folks think he a real killer or something, and calling Youngboy out his name like it was nothing. Choppa kept trying to calm them down, telling them to chill because he knew the live was public, but the damage was already done. Youngboy heard about everything that was said, and he wasn't about to let something like that slide. The same day everything popped off, Youngboy jumped on his own live and basically shut the whole conversation down, saying things like, "Ain't no killer who," making it clear the comments were disrespectful and came from people who didn't know what they were talking about. The internet instantly decided the two were officially beefing, and social media ran with it like wildfire. Choppa tried to undo the damage right away. He went live while getting his hair cut, telling everybody that Youngboy was still his favorite rapper and that he wanted to make music with him. He kept repeating, "Youngboy my favorite rapper. I'm trying to rock with Youngboy," trying to calm the situation down. But the tension was already out in the streets and the energy wasn't the same anymore. From Youngboy's point of view, the disrespect was already felt. And when you're established while another artist is still coming up, moments like these can shift the whole relationship. Things got even more complicated when Choppa started linking up with people connected to Youngboy's long-running issues on the Louisiana side, especially when he made Gangsta Talk with Fredo Bang, someone who'd been on the opposite side of Youngboy for years. On that track, fans claimed Choppa was throwing slick medical-related references that they believed were aimed toward Youngboy, while Fredo included shots mentioning Youngboy's late associate, Big Dump. That whole collaboration made the internet go wild because people felt like Choppa was picking a side, even if he didn't say it outright. Then Choppa started dating Youngboy's ex-girlfriend, Young Blasian, and that just doubled the internet's reaction even more. People online were clowning, claiming Choppa wanted to be like Youngboy so much that he was even going after the same women. Things got even more awkward during that one live where Choppa played Youngboy's track Uncharted Love, and Blasian instantly got upset and cut the stream off, which had social media roasting him heavy. But the real turning point came in January 2022 when the situation between Youngboy, Dirt, and King Von was shaking the whole hip-hop world. Academics tweeted, "NBA Youngboy on demon time right now." And Lil Reese replied saying, "That ain't no demon time. He just rapping like the rest of these rappers." Choppa jumped in the conversation and said, "I stamped that," which let everybody know he was siding with the Chicago camp instead of staying neutral. That's when Youngboy dropped his track, I Know, and the vibe of that record was chilling. Not in a violent way, but in how emotionally intense and unsettling the delivery was. Youngboy used a haunting tone, singing with this eerie, cold energy that felt like he was aiming straight at Choppa's emotions, bringing up family, pain, fear, and consequences in a psychological kind of way instead of trying to sound tough. The way he delivered those words had people saying the track felt more like a mind game than a diss record, and you could hear the tension in every line like he was speaking straight from a place of frustration and betrayal. Youngboy opened that track with some of the coldest lines people had ever heard, talking about how Choppa's mom would be heartbroken if things ever went left, bringing her up repeatedly because she's not just his mother, she's his manager and someone he's close with. He even referenced that moment when Choppa said, "Youngboy my favorite rapper," then flipped it into a warning telling him to stay in his lane or face consequences, which shook the whole internet. The hook was the part that had everybody staring at their phones. Youngboy was singing in that eerie, haunting tone, talking about taking someone's energy and saying Choppa's mom would be crying if anything ever happened. It felt like something out of a horror scene with how dark the delivery sounded, even though it was all coming through melody and emotion. Youngboy didn't stop there. He also brought up the phase when Choppa was promoting healthy food, herbs, and spiritual lifestyle stuff back in 2020, twisting it into another point to poke at him. He even mentioned the Young Blasian situation, brushing it off and basically saying Choppa could have her, almost like he didn't care at all, which added to the tension between them. But the line that had the whole rap world talking was when Youngboy made a reference to King Von's passing, saying Choppa would bite the dust the same way. And that shook fans everywhere because it crossed into an emotional situation connected to real loss. It wasn't just a simple jab. It was a moment that pushed the beef into darker territory and had listeners questioning how real things might get. What most people overlook is the regional heat behind all of this. This wasn't just two artists arguing. This was Memphis versus Baton Rouge energy clashing on a bigger stage. Memphis is known for that raw street sound. 3, 6, Mafia, Yo Gotti, Moneybag Yo. The type of music that came straight from gritty neighborhoods and turned into worldwide influence. Baton Rouge, on the other hand, has Youngboy at the center of its entire wave. When he blew up, he carried his whole city on his shoulders in a way nobody else had done before. So when Choppa, representing Memphis, started getting compared to Youngboy early in his career, it turned into more than personal drama. It became a pride thing between two completely different cultures. People kept accusing Choppa of copying the Baton Rouge style instead of pushing his own Memphis legacy. And that hit different because Memphis has its own deep history and its own identity. Instead of folks saying he was carrying the Memphis torch,